you start work. When you find your friends are taking more than your family, you end up with a broken home. Why? Your priorities are wrong. Where are you setting your priorities? When you set a false value system, you end up becoming desperate. You know, when you try to become rich and you cannot, the end result, you become what? Desperate. And you know what desperate means? You'll end up doing things you're not supposed to do what? To do. And that's why you find some people are saying, I've tried life, I have reached the end. They go into drugs. By going into drugs, they think they'll get satisfaction. But when they go there, do they get satisfaction? Once you start taking drugs, you continue taking drugs. You've seen people who go for this betting. They go because they are saying they are poor and they want to get money. And when they go there, what happens? You have 10,000 you spend. Then you try. Tomorrow they give you one, they return 1,000. Then you're like, I think since I've got 1,000, tomorrow I'll get 5,000. You go betting, but when you're betting, you're actually giving money to another person. I want you to look at life in its real sense. When you have false values, you'll end up being desperate. When you have enough, like I've told you, you are yearning for houses. And so you buy the first house, you buy the second one, the third one. At the end of the day, you have everything you need. Now you ask yourself, what else is there for me to fight for? So you find at the end of the day, it is all meaningless, and you end up despairing. Someone may say, if life is meaningless, what difference does it make for me to live today? What difference does it make for me to live for 10 years? I can even die now. Haven't you heard of such statement? Why do I have to live? This life is meaningless. Why do I have to live up to next year? I'd rather die today than suffer. I remember one of the guys that used to work for me came and told me he had a friend, and the friend said, what is the meaning of life? For me to live a poor life when I can be able to get money and live for 5 years. And indeed, the guy went, I think he robbed or something. He didn't even make 5 years. He was killed. His friends are doing better. But for him, he is what? He is dead. Sometimes you say, what's the meaning of my suffering? You know? You're saying, I want a nice dress, I can't get it. I want a nice shoe, I can't get it. People look better. They have nice perfumes. They have this. For me, my parents are poor. I have nothing. Even school fees we are begging. Some people have paid for me tuition. Mine comes at the last hour after they've told me you're not going to sit exams. That's when the tuition comes in. And then inside you're like, let me also try this way. I'm telling you, you'll end up despairing by such situations. So let us look at the origin, and we should analyze. When we talk about meaning of life, then we should look at life with its seriousness. So the utmost seriousness, we have one life only to live. One life to do what? Give you an example. If you acquire HIV, will you at another time attain a status where you'll be HIV negative? No. Will you? It will be done and done forever. And your life will be a life of medication forever. We live a life once. We don't live it twice. We live it once. When we talk about exams, if you fail an exam today, what will happen? You go back and read. And the person who had O's, you may find yourself getting A's. Because it is an exam. Those things change. But something to do with your life, you lose it once and you never have it again. Today, talk about guys, and you still use the example of homosexuals. When they use them and behind is gone, will they get it back? Yet they went there because they were looking at what? Money. And even when they come to convince you, they convince you with money. But once you're down on that road, nobody will remember you. You'll be there alone. So we need to be serious with everything that we do. We must be dead serious with our own lives. You can live a better life if you have the right decision. So, life is irreplaceable. So we have to handle ourselves with utmost seriousness. This is a sermon, but also counseling on one side. Matthew 24:38 to 39 says, "For in the days of before the flood, they were eating, they were drinking, they were marrying, they were giving in marriage, until the day Noah entered the ark." If you look around today, I've seen what is happening in California. You see floods. You see beautiful houses. Actually, I looked at those houses and I'm like, God, these people invested their money to have beautiful houses. But you know, the flood just came and swept them. The houses have fallen. And I imagine when these people were building those houses, they had a lot in mind. They thought their future was based on the what? On their houses. They thought their future was based on the powerful cars they had. But just a flood finished all their life. And now they're living in villages which are worse than our own villages today. That tries to show you the meaning of life. In the days of Noah, what were they doing? Marrying is good. Is it bad to marry? No. Marrying is not bad. Eating is not bad. Drinking soda and juice, is it bad? But you know what? When we carry those things above God, those things mean nothing. The reason why that time it was a problem, because they had walked away from who? From God. See what is happening today in our world today. We're talking about prophecy. We're talking about the two women. See what is happening in our world today. The devil has gripped the world with his own hands. I was looking on the net and I saw people told that Jesus has appeared in Jerusalem. And the Jews are worshiping that God is coming back. What does that tell you? What does the Bible say? When you hear that Jesus is here, don't do what? Don't go there. When they tell you he's there, don't go there. But what is happening in our world today? A lot of commotion is taking place. And for sure, the time of the end is not very far. These people were eating, they were drinking, they were marrying, and they were giving in what? In marriage, until the floods came. And what happened? They swept them all away. Are we ready to go with the floods? Are we ready to be taken by the things that are coming? They did not know until the flood came and took them away. So also will be the coming of the Son of Man. The scripture doesn't end there. It comes to us, even us. The coming of the Son of Man is going to be at a time when people are enjoying themselves, when people are